have a look now, Shane, at who exactly will form our next government. I know we've spoken about Fine Gael being on the rise continually, and they will hope that they could have an overall majority, but as you've mentioned earlier on, it's going to be very difficult for them to achieve that. Fine Gael Labour coalition, it's still the favourite, but again, as we've seen a shift in so many markets, it was 1 to 14 only last Sunday evening. It's now a 2 to 9 chance. Fine Gael minority is 5 to 1. A Fine Gael majority is 11 to 2. But the big mover, and this absolutely astounds me, is Fine Gael and a Fianna Fáil coalition has gone from 16 to 1 into 8 to 1. Is there a chance?
I wouldn't have thought so. I think it's a little too early. I think, we're not a million miles away from it happening. I think you could see it in future elections. It's been ruled out by Enda Kenny. I don't think Fianna Fáil want to be in government. I think they realise that they need a spell in opposition to rebuild. I think they'll be quite happy to, hand over power and say, okay, for a change, you can bring in the cutbacks, you can bring in the tax increases, you can be the one pouring money into the banks, because that's what the next government is going to have to do. So I don't really see that happening. Look, politics, you never rule anything out in politics, but I think it's probably an election too soon for it.
So in terms of who's going to form this next government, where would your smart money be going?
I think the odds at this stage still just about favour a Fine Gael Labour coalition. Even if Fine Gael get with the support of independents, get to 84, 85 seats, that's a very narrow majority. You saw how Bertie Ahern had when they started off his government after the 2007 general election, I think they had 89, 90 seats, and that was whittled away because there was such tough decisions that had to be made. You had certain TDs basically losing their nerve, you had certain TDs just taking issue with some of the measures. So I think what Enda Kenny will want is a pretty strong coalition. So on balance, I think we're still looking at Fine Gael Labour. Again though, if on election day Fine Gael get to 40, 41% and get 83, 84 seats, and you also have the likes of Michael Lowry and Healy Ray and Kerry South, people with a track record of backing governments and supporting them in difficult times, it's going to be very, very tempting for Fine Gael not to go with that option.
So there you have it. You're going for Fine Gael and Labour. It's 2 to 9. But out of the other two, just to put you on the spot, minority or majority for Fine Gael?
I think this is going to sound slightly obtuse. I think it's more likely that Fine Gael will be in a position where they could form a minority government. But in that scenario, I think they'll go with Labour because of the solidity. So for that reason, if I was picking between the two bets, I'd go for a Fine Gael majority government.